G'day. In today's video, we're going to talk about our filter block. Yeah, everyone's got a filter block. What makes ours special? It works. So it doesn't work on an average. What it works on is a percentage of change or a percentage of error over time. So it's kind of like an integral. As you get closer and closer to set point or closer and closer to the variable, so the change is less and less. As an example, if you're 100 away, so if the one value is 100, the next value is 200. If your filter amount is 10%, obviously it will go 110. But if your change is only 10 instead of 100, it will be 1. So it calculates the change of value from last time to this time and applies a percentage to last time's value. So I don't know. Let's get cracking. So I don't know. Bang on the subscribe button. I should probably script this stuff, but why would I start now? Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. I don't know. Hit the F button. Show some respect. Alrighty. So currently our filter is disabled because our enable's not on. So let's put that on. We can see now that over here in the property sheet, our execution period by default is 10 seconds. Our remaining time is counting down before it will execute. So let's grab our ever trusty ramp block, because who doesn't like a good ramping? Pop him in here. Let's change his count down to 2 seconds. So every 2 seconds it will change. You can see as it gets further and further away, there we go. As it gets further and further away, so it starts adding more and more every 2 seconds. So it adds this 10% error every 2 seconds. So to slow it down, you can make that every 5 seconds. Or alternatively, you could change the percentage as well. Either way, it's going to change. And you can see this averaging value follows the input. So good for air pressures that are bouncing around a fair bit, water pressures that are bouncing around a fair bit. But things to be careful of if you're going to use it in that kind of application. Not just our filter, but everybody's filter is the same. If it runs up to, I don't know, 500 as a number, starts at 0, and you're doing it over a 5-second period, then it takes a long time for it to wind up. So on initial start of the station, it will take a long time for it to wind up to 500, depending on how much you're filtering the input. This may affect temperature control, it may affect pump control, just things to be aware of, and you'll need to do some testing to set this up properly. The other option is you can delay on startup. So what that means is, let's do a test right now. So 500, let's save the app because otherwise it'll screw the pooch. Let's restart, sure. See, it says 0, it goes to 500. It's delay on startup. It's currently in standby, waiting for this startup delay to expire. And during that time, hopefully we get this off. That'd be right. It started filtering as I entered the number. It starts filtering. So let's do a side-by-side comparison for this one. This one will leave on startup delay. This one will put as filter always on. Save it. Run another restart. Connecty-necty. This one starts at 0 and will start ramping up straight away. This one starts at 505 and does no ramping. So by default, these have a delay on startup configured so that this one's starting at 95. It gives the inputs a chance to catch up before it will start processing. But again, this one started at 505 and this one ramps up. So yeah, you do have some configuration options to manage that on startup. So you have the option, let's go through them. So in outs, obviously execution period from 1 to whatever you like. The filter amount from 0.1 up to 100%. 100% is like no change, and 0.1 is a very, very slow change. The default value, so currently on disable, out equals in, you could have out equal the default value. So if we had our default value at 50, when we disable the block, out will equal 50. You can link that to another point. Let me just try that. Just plop this down here. Our default value. So we could change this 5. $15. So you can link that to an unfiltered value if you wanted, and then start filtering after a period of time, or have a switch between the two, however you want to manage that. You can set the filter parameter from here, which makes it accessible from a dashboard. You can also set the execution time from here, again making it accessible from a dashboard. So yeah, get some good feedback. Obviously disabled. Now it's filtering, gives you the remaining time, and yeah, again it works pretty well. Having the ability to manage that filtering on startup is pretty powerful. That can really screw you over if you're not prepared for that. I'm not sure any other blocks do that. I'm not sure any of them give you a remaining time either. But yeah, again, why not subscribe or like or even comment? I don't think we've had too many people commenting up to this point. Yeah, enjoy, and I'll catch you next one.